love it when the Hulk smashes when he's on our side. Who doesn't love a little Hulk smashing? But what if thanks to Endgame, Bruce Banner is on track for a villainous, dastardly twist? That's what we're discussing here today, so let's dig right in. Avengers Endgame hit audiences with a massive twist when it came to the Hulk and Bruce Banner. Sometime over the 5-year gap, the two had seemingly worked out their differences and fused together to form Professor Hulk.
I know, it's crazy. I'm wearing shirts now.
Yeah.
This new and improved version had all the smarts and personality of Banner, while having a body that could pulverize villains and make it difficult to ride elevators permanently. The movie went out of its way to tell us that the classic Hulk anger just wasn't there anymore. But is that really the case? I think something's bubbling below the surface, and pretty soon, we're gonna see the dreaded World Breaker Hulk make his long-awaited appearance. So who is this uber-powerful version of the Jolly Green Giant? Well, the World Breaker Hulk in the comics stemmed from the end of the famous Planet Hulk event back in 2006. We all know that story, right? Deemed too dangerous for society and probably costing a fortune just to feed and clothe on a constant basis, the Illuminati, made up of members like Iron Man and Doctor Strange, sent Hulk away from Earth on a spaceship to live out his life on a different planet. Which personally is the way I like to solve all my problems too. Like when I get an overdue cell phone bill or my trash just keeps piling up, I always just shoot it into space. But of course this plan backfired when Hulk getting knocked off course and landing on Sakaar, where he became the planet's greatest gladiator and eventual ruler. Not bad for someone who was banished from Earth, and it looked like everything was gonna turn out okay. Hulk was a true leader after liberating a bunch of people and even found love. Ultimately, he was a happy Hulk. But of course, when do our heroes stay happy in comics? Tragedy soon struck after the ship that brought Hulk to the planet in the first place exploded and killed Hulk's wife and unborn child. Then some comic mumboed mystical jumbo happened, which caused an enraged Hulk to absorb all the planet's radiation, granting him so much more power, I don't think there's even a word to describe how powerful he became, so feel free to make up your own right here. As he continued to grow stronger the angrier he got, Hulk set his sights back on Earth to take out all the members of the Illuminati who sent him to the planet and to exact his revenge. Now I doubt either you or I have been on the receiving edge of Hulk's rampage, but if I found out an even stronger Hulk was after me so that he could obliterate me with a flick of his finger, yeah, I'd probably be pretty scared. But of course, if the World Breaker Hulk will be introduced into the MCU, they obviously couldn't follow that exact story arc. We've already seen a loose adaptation of the Planet Hulk storyline, with Hulk choosing to go off-world and winding up on Sakaar, where he successfully repressed the Banner personality for years and became a gladiator. Then he returned to Earth on pretty good terms with his fellow Avengers to fight off Thanos. So in order to bring World Breaker Hulk into the MCU, again, huge changes will have to be made. But I actually think the MCU has positioned themselves perfectly to introduce the new character given where we last left the Hulk in Endgame. Here's how I think it would play out. Right now there's so much more Hulk story left unexplored. Bruce told everyone that he and the Hulk solved their problems and fused together to create Professor Hulk. Which seemed great for Bruce, but pretty unfair to the Hulk if you think about it. Because what happened to the actual Hulk? We know he has his whole separate personality. So unless Bruce completely eliminated the Hulk and took over his body, which seems unlikely, it means that the Hulk personality is still deep within him. And most likely, he's furious. Wouldn't you be mad if someone was walking around in your own body? I don't think Bruce is being completely truthful about what happened, and it's a mistake that's gonna cost him sooner rather than later. Because now the Hulk is biding his time, slowly getting more and more angry and accumulating more power as he hangs out inside Professor Hulk's subconscious. Two huge things happen in Endgame that I think are gonna be a catalyst in unleashing a brand new World Breaker Hulk. The first is the death of Black Widow. Although a lot of people like to forget about the romance between Bruce and Natasha from Avengers Age of Ultron, it's still an element that's extremely important to the character, and Bruce wasn't the only one with a special connection to Natasha. Hulk felt something for her too. She was the only one that was really able to calm the rampaging Hulk down. So in true MCU fashion, where they like to loosely adapt certain events, the death of Black Widow could act as one of the catalysts for Hulk's re-emergence, much like Hulk losing his wife was the catalyst in the comics. The second huge event is the snap Professor Hulk did that brought everyone back from being dusted. You know, everyone talks about Iron Man's huge sacrifice, but really, Professor Hulk had a much harder job that probably required an insane level of energy. He not only had to bring everyone back, but also had to be smart enough to save those random people who disappeared while flying in planes or driving in high-speed traffic. But where's Hulk's credit at? We know how much Hulk loves the spotlight thanks to his time on Sakaar, and now, deep down, it's possible the Hulk's personality that's hidden within Professor Hulk will be angry enough at being left out that it's gonna be the final straw. That raw jealousy and anger, coupled with Black Widow's death, just might be the tipping point in unleashing the terror of World Breaker Hulk out into the MCU. And trust me, we do not want that to happen. I mean, it would make for great entertainment, but you know, our favorite heroes would suffer. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm almost all out of tears here. God, Tony. But maybe that's why World Breaker Hulk is exactly what the MCU needs right now. Now that the Infinity Saga is done, the franchise needs to switch things up and drive the emotional stakes in their battles. Like, I'm all for a new space villain coming and forcing the Avengers to unite and fight again, but wouldn't that feel a little stagnant? And how do you top someone as awesome as Thanos? That's why the wiser decision would be to introduce a new type of villain that challenges the Avengers in a way they've never experienced before. Truly fighting a former, now unstoppable friend would be the toughest thing in the world, and it creates a level of stakes we haven't seen in a while in the MCU. So what would this all look like in the long term? Well, I imagine we're not going to see Professor Hulk again until he pops up in the She-Hulk Disney Plus television show that's in the pipeline. I don't expect him to go full World Breaker Hulk there, but it would be the perfect opportunity for us to learn about the truth about what happened in those 5 years we skipped over. In the She-Hulk TV show, we'll most likely see Jennifer Walters get injected with Hulk blood and become the superhero we all know and love. And she's gonna need guidance. Bruce can explain or let slip how hard it was to get the rampaging Hulk personality under control and the steps he had to take to try to subdue it forever. This would also be a great time to see what the Hulk actually saw when he snapped his fingers. When Thanos snapped, we saw young Gamora. In a deleted scene when Tony snapped his fingers, he saw his grown-up daughter. But we didn't see what Hulk saw. Most likely than not, it would have been a face-to-face with the other guy. And that's the one thing about Endgame that I didn't like. Well, okay, I also didn't like how Cap gave his shield to Falcon when Bucky was standing 10 feet away, but that's a rant for a different time. If we could see that meeting between Bruce and Hulk after the snap, I think it would answer a lot of questions about the character. And then the She-Hulk show is the perfect opportunity to examine that idea. After that, I still expect World Breaker Hulk's emergence to happen gradually over a couple of movies. But soon he just becomes a monster that Professor Hulk can't contain anymore. Then in the next Avengers movie, World Breaker Hulk is the next big bad. Oh yeah! What would the Avengers do if they had to fight an actual friend in order to save the world? Would they do everything in their power to save Bruce Banner? Or would they finally recognize that someone as powerful as World Breaker Hulk can't be handled in a friendly way? And because World Breaker Hulk would only grow smarter and more powerful as time goes on, he would know everything about the Avengers because he's spent so long fighting beside them. That's the type of energy that probably is most terrifying of all, and it'd be such an awesome direction for the MCU to explore. But I'm thinking about this in a very singular way. Let's switch it up here, shall we? What if World Breaker Hulk doesn't become the next MCU villain, but rather its greatest hero? There's a way to do this storyline that has World Breaker Hulk turning into the key that defeats the MCU's next big bad. Because let's face it, would Marvel really risk turning one of their most beloved heroes evil? Probably not. And it wouldn't be without precedent to make World Breaker Hulk a hero. There was a time in the comics where he saved the entire city of Las Vegas by using his incredible strength in a way that makes the finale for Avengers Age of Ultron look like a community theater. So what would the heroic path look like? What if there was a threat that pushes the Avengers to the limits in ways they never imagined before? Which forces Professor Hulk to confront his past so that World Breaker Hulk can come out and save the world. We'd still be able to see the reckoning between Bruce and Hulk, and more importantly, it would deliver on all that World Breaker Hulk carnage I know we're all dying to see. Because really, overall, I just want to see something be done with the Bruce Banner character. I think in his sporadic appearances, his character has been underserved and written in an inconsistent way. Although Bruce and Hulk are completely awesome and hilarious characters in Thor Ragnarok, he didn't really go through that much character growth. It was the same for Infinity War, and then suddenly, we got a quick resolution to his entire character arc off-screen in Endgame. That's all fine because Mark Ruffalo was born to play the role, but I'm just really hoping there's more planned for the character. Even if it turns him into the most powerful villain the Avengers have ever faced, I would still love to have Hulk in my life on a more regular basis. Can we watch Hulk and Rocket travel in that little truck now, please? Thank you. Hulk is one of my favorite Avengers, and I hope they do something interesting with his character in the future. What do you guys think will happen to the Hulk in the future? You think his arm is gonna heal from that snap? Cause ooh, that's gotta hurt. Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more awesome MCU content. Thanks for watching CBR, and we'll see you all next time.